Hey guys, just welcome back to my video here. Just a disclaimer that these are not my videos. I'm not claiming these are my videos. I am just trying to push the word out there like Scamfish is doing, because these videos are Scamfish videos. I'm just trying to help them push the word out there, because everyone who shares, you know, everybody who likes the videos can get the word out. So let's help them to get the word out to the little people that fall for these scams, because these scams are very tricky nowadays.
So we speak to a woman named Rosemary. After the death of her husband, Rosemary spent her time raising her children until she was approached by a man named Richard on Facebook. Richard said he wanted to get to know her, and the two carried on with an online relationship for over 6 months. After Rosemary sent money to Richard for Wi-Fi and business ventures, she started to feel like he wasn't who he claimed to be. Let's see if we can find out more about this mystery man, Richard. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Hello, social catfish. My name is Rosemary Pauls. I am a widow and I have two special needs children. My daughter's an adult, but my son is underage. And I just had all these worries about, raising a son, making sure, that I could do it by myself because they are special needs. My daughter is autistic and my son is Asperger's. Well, I didn't even get into online dating, actually. I wasn't interested in that. It was only like 6 months after losing my husband. Just like to quote Betty White, when you've had the best, you forget the rest. So I wasn't even doing online dating. I was in a group discussion on Facebook. It was like a fan group for the TV series The Chosen. And I saw him. He'd been like saying a few things to somebody. Next thing I know, he's talking to me. And the first was like, hello. And I said, hi, are you married or single? I said, well, I'm a little of both because I'm a widow. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, how about you? Are you married or single? And he said he'd been divorced for over a year. I told him, I said, I feel strange. And he's like, what? When we got into things, I said, well, I'm taller than you. And he said, but you don't understand. He said, you don't understand, sweetie. Size doesn't matter. Height doesn't matter. It's just how you feel inside. And by that time, we had had a lot of talking, a lot of, exchange pictures. He was 57 years old. He was German. What really kind of threw me was that he would say the things that my husband said, and my husband was never talked about this on the internet. My husband mainly was on Facebook like to play games. I was like, oh my gosh, this handsome fella was wanting to talk to me. It felt like a fantasy fairy tale. After a couple months, he started talking about, wanting to finish up wanting to do his last contract. And then he wanted to get his payday and fly to America, and he wanted to live out, he wanted to begin his retirement being with us. Every morning he would be waking me up, and it was always, good morning. I hope you slept like the queen you are. I'd say, well, good morning, my liege. And he always would ask me certain things. Darling, yes. Have you eaten yet? First he said, have you broke fast? He would say, I want you to be sure that you look for a house. A house, he said, I'm going to leave it up to you. He said, if you think we could remodel the house that you're currently living in and buy it from your landlord for, he said it's entirely up to you. It was just like he created a fantasy land. He volunteered when he came over here. He would be a father to my son. It was like rain on parched earth. And that was just like, am I really going to have a little help in this arena? he was always talking about God and always talking about faith and, and blessings and things of that nature. As long as he wasn't mad about money, that was, believable. If I found out that Richard was real, first thing I would do is I would just apologize for not believing in him, because there were so many things that just is not right. I'm more tempted to say that, oh, it's because he thought that I was just fat and stupid. Just because I'm fat doesn't mean I'm stupid. I've got 2 university degrees. My mom had found out during the early part. She was like, "Oh, I watched this on Dr. Phil, and there's a woman on there. Her daughters came on there to tell her that the guy that she'd been talking to is actually this." My mom had carried on a whole lot. Yes, that's when she said, "Why would a handsome Germaneer want to be talking to you and wanting to marry you?" And I was like, "Thanks, Mom. That's real nice. That's really nice to say to your daughter, who's feeling pretty useless after my husband died."
Hey, how's it going, guys? My name's Cody, and I'm Rosemary's son. So the very first I heard of Richard was just kind of a little bit about him, having a really successful career and going overseas, and that she met him in an online group on Facebook or something. I was skeptical at first, but I didn't want to just piss on her parade right away, so I didn't say anything right off the bit. But then I started hearing some of the stuff that he said, and I started seeing some of the information that he traded. It sounded fishy to me, especially for somebody from overseas or something, from another country.
He started saying things about, "I need all of this money because that way I can charge the laptop." They didn't have enough signal to talk to their wives because Richard was talking to his. It started, as like a $50.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there to kind of figure something out. My dog's trying to get in my face. She said that he needs $50 for a laptop charger because he's using all of their signal so they can't talk to their wives. That doesn't even make sense. It will. Did she mean it as data? It still wouldn't make no sense because you can. It doesn't work like that. Not even in other countries. So yeah, there proves that it's a scam. And plus, guys, just to let you know, if anyone asks you to buy them a Steam card, they can go online and get 90% of that card, the money back, or at least 80. I think some places, if you wait like a week, you can get 90 back. But if you want the money back like instant, they're willing to give you like 80% of the funds back. So that guy, instead of getting $50, he'd be getting $40 in his pocket. That's the biggest scam ever. It's been going on for probably 10 years now. Don't fall for it. If somebody says, "Hey, send me a Steam card," don't. So, guys, if you want to, send me a Steam card. Yeah, I'm legit. I'm not a scammer. Send me a Steam card, guys. Come on, send me one.
Or Steam card every once in a great while.
I've had some words with him through her account when I get a hold of her phone.
Said that the company put $7.5 million in his account. It froze it up. The bank got scared because such a big money came, and they locked his account. They locked his online access. But he just kept saying, "Oh, my beautiful wife, my beautiful wife." And that's something that my husband always said. My husband, David, he was the most kindest, most gentlest, and the sweetest man I ever knew. There was that run of the $500 cards, and there was a few more cards here and there. He kept showing these pictures of piles of money and like this with like.
Okay, guys. For one thing, you can buy fake money online, make it look like that. for two. You know, come on. If he has access to money to take pictures of, he has access to the money. You don't need your $50, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, whatever the case might be. You know, one time a lady sent her scammer like, I think it was like $580,000 within 2 years. Like I said, you know, if he has access to take a picture, he has access to grab one and take off running. In a minute, he's going to show her money of bills, you know, in a rubber band. If anyone shows you money that's wrapped up in rubber bands, this dude is a drug dealer. Serious. Because that's how they do it. Nobody in their right mind is like, hey, bank, I want that in a rubber band. Sorry, a rubber band, man. Come on. No, they don't. They don't. They do that because it's easier to hand back and forth because it's so small, and they can stick it almost anywhere. If you get my drift. But yeah, don't fall for it, guys. Come on, be smarter than this. I know I fell for it a couple times, but through the 10 years that I fell for it, I probably only lost 2,000 or 3,000. Not 3,000 a month or 3,000 a year.
Like rubber bands around them and showing them like in like a box. That doesn't impress me in the least. And I told him, I said, I would have you any way I can get you, even if you didn't have two pennies to rub together. My oldest son can be really raunchy at times, and he knew that his name was Richard. So he borrowed a phrase, and he would kind of like, make jokes about saying, "Oh, you're talking to your dick."
I understand where he's coming from because,
That's funny. That's funny.
like when you try to scam
Oh, that's funny. Sorry, I had my mic muted because my dog here. That's funny for a kid, even if he's an adult. Say that. That's funny.
people, you don't care about their own interests or anything. So I understand where he's coming from. I just think he's a fucking scumbag and needs to, go get a real fucking job and support himself and his family that way instead of trying to take advantage of people's, not weak.
Yeah, he's right. The dude, if anybody does a scam, especially to an old lady, you are a scumbag. You really are. If you live in a place that, don't have very many jobs, scam them over there. But serious though, don't scam people. You can pick up cans and get money for it. You can go fishing if you live in another country. Go fishing and sell the fish to people. There's other ways to make money. It really is. Make YouTube videos. YouTube videos pays money if you get enough subscribers and enough likes and stuff. Start a YouTube channel within a year or two. You probably start making money, especially from other countries because we can't. We never been over there and would like to see, things and stuff.
Weaknesses, I guess, but take advantage of their kindness.
And then he would say other things like fooling around with that or playing. I'm like, yeah, it was like, dude, just don't do that. Don't.
Because he does have skill sets. That's obvious. And he has ample amounts of free time. But if he would put those resources towards something more productive and try to build himself a real career, then that'd be great. But I want to kick him in the fucking nuts.
Right.
So I'm wanting to reach out to Social Catfish to find out for sure if this person was a scammer. And, the last part of all this is he seemed, the person in the picture seemed so nice and so sweet.
After our Social Catfish team received this video message from Rosemary, our search specialist Lenny got straight to work and tried to find the true identity of this man who claimed his name was Richard. She ran a few reverse image searches on our site, socialcatfish.com, and got results in minutes. If you're looking to verify your online lover, the first step would be to use the tools on our site. You can click the link in our bio and check them out. Just hitting like, comment, and subscribe helps us build more tools out for you to use in the future.
Hello there.
Hi, Lenny.
How are you doing, Rosemary?
Pretty good.
We're going to go through these points one by one. I'm going to start with talking a little bit about this Facebook Christian chat group that you were in. And when you went there, you weren't really going there to date. But when this man reaches out to you with some of the same desires that you have, why not, right? Even if you've heard about scams, when you go on a Christian dating site or some kind of Christian chat, there's a real big amount of trust for people in this site because there's already an assumed expectation that they're honest in the Christian values that they claim. They feel like safe places. You feel like you're in a community and that everybody's just like you. And this is why it's one of the places that scammers go to target a victim. And this is what happened. Happened to you. People like you, Rosemary, that are loving and trusting. You already had a wonderful marriage for years and years and years. You had faith and desires to do good, to pray, and all of those things. And those qualities are not a fault. They're a part of you, but they are things that a scammer will use to target you and use against you, especially if it's your first time online. One of the other things that they do, it's easy for them to do, is they share spiritual thoughts that they can simply Google and screenshot. That's how they build your emotions. That is how they study you. If they can get you thinking emotionally, that's where they want you and that's where they have you.
Yeah.
I was really glad to see, Rosemary, that you had a son who chimed in with a second opinion. Often the case in a scam, the scammer tries to isolate the victim from the family, and they will not accept any negative comments that put suspicion on them. So Cody did good, but he had to speak out, and he even went so far to speak with William on your account. You're lucky because often family members don't say anything because it scares them to speak out, especially since their parent may have already been through a lot of stuff and this seems to be making them happy. A lot of times that is one of the reasons they hold back. So I give kudos to Cody for speaking out.
Well, he started saying that, oh, I know you're sleeping with Cody. And I'm like, he's my adopted son, yeah, but he's still my son. And I'm like, at first I tried to, I said, compared to a refined man like yourself, darling, he's a wet-nosed pup. I'm like, why in the world would someone my age have designs on, someone of his age? He was, and it was all in this big rambling letter. I know you're horny, and I'm like, no, that died when my husband drew his last breath.
Okay, can I suggest one thing about the way these scammers do also is they're not paying attention to what you're saying. So basically he sees that you talked about Cody. He accuses you of some other man just because he's just heard that name from you, maybe scrolled up and came down to it. So that's another thing that they do. So
yeah, and then he got really vulgar. He said, I know you like his beep. You want his beep. And I'm like, no, not really.
When they get vulgar, a lot of times they feel and know that the gravy train is ending, that they have got money from the victim, that the victim is now learning, educating, and is pretty sure the victim doesn't want to let go, so she's vulnerable, and then they get vulgar and nasty and sweary and all of that stuff. So are you ready to find out who this real man is?
Yes.
Okay.
Even if he turned out to be real, I'd be like, well, you said some pretty shitty things. Greg, his best friend, his coworker, whatever he said, he actually called me a prostitute.
Yes, and it may have even been the same guy. We don't know.
What? That's insane. You prostitute? Wow. That's yeah. By the way, you don't have to watch it to react to it because all they're doing is showing themselves and talking.
But that is how they respond. It's manipulative. It is designed to make you do what they're asking you to do. You had pictures of him in scrubs. You had this picture of him sitting at a desk. It has a red book that says podiatry on it. I have to tell you that this man, when I did a reverse image search, came up in millions of places online. I found his business profile, which basically was a model site. He's a model, and we see him in all kinds of outfits. And why a scammer will use a model is very simple. Models can be pictured in many different ways. So it's easy to be pictured in different ways. This model was very versatile, and I found most of his advertising surrounding senior themed ads. So like cruises, as a doctor, heart being listened to by a doctor, people enjoying retirement, supplements ads, all kinds of those things. Those made a very successful career for him, but those are things that are just, this man is everywhere. And so that is one of the reasons why they would choose a model is a victim in this case. You're such a nice lady, Rosemary. I really appreciate you today talking to us.
I appreciate you, you taking the time to even look through this.
Thanks for watching another episode of Scamfish presented by SocialCatfish.com.
That was a pretty fast one. They didn't really do anything in this one. It's sad that she got scammed. I don't even recall they said how much she got scammed out of. But yeah, guys, remember they're on Facebook. They're on dating websites. I even knew some scammers on video games. These I think he was 18. I know this one dude who knew this dude that was I think 18. He used a voice changer to sound like a female. And he will go in there and flirt with guys, older men, to get them to buy him skins. Scans the characters as on Fortnite. And that is still a scam right there. So, watch out for all different types of scams. I do have my own videos in my channel. If you want to click on my channel name, then go to my videos. That shows you that I was part of GoFundMe group there, and people was messaging me left and right. Hey, we'll give you $5,000 if you give us $50 fee to. I'm trying to remember what exactly they said. To my manager, and then we'll send you a check. Do you know how to upload it to a mobile app? If they ever ask you to upload something to a mobile app, that's a scam. I'm not quite sure because I haven't seen that on any videos yet, to my knowledge. It's mostly giving you a check and then going to the bank to cash it. People say that that's part of a scam. If they send you a check, tell you go to the bank and cash it, it's probably the same thing. But what they'll do is like, hey, I paid you too much. Can you refund me the $1,000 or $500 or $2,000, whatever the case might be. And then you think you're going to get $5,000 when you just sent them $500 or $1,000. You just lost that because that check's going to bounce and you're not going to get nothing. So don't fall for their scams, guys. Go on. I know I did a couple times, and this is why I'm trying to do these reaction videos, review videos, whatever you want to call it. And I will keep on uploading these videos from Scammerfish because I can't do it through Catfish or any other channel because they red flag it and then they block it so you guys can't see it. Because on one of my videos on 600 Pound Life, I got 1,600 views, and then I think 2 days after uploading, or 3 days, it was blocked. It said blocked, no one can see this but you. I don't know if people are reporting my videos or what. If you are, please don't. I'm telling you, this is not my video. In every video I do, I try my best to tell you that this is not my video, meaning that I'm not taking credit for it. I'm not getting no money for it. I don't want money for this video. I just want to help put the word out there not to get scammed. Because, scamming people is terrible. It really is. It's bad. It's getting worse the years goes on, especially after COVID. It got really bad after COVID. Like I said, my brother's being scammed right now. This lady who's supposed to be a French model, and she has this whole, supposedly she can't afford a phone to video chat him, but she can text him or some crap like that. I don't know. I don't get into it because he gets upset when I try to get into it. But I don't know if he's still talking about her or not, or to her or not, because he's going through a lot, and I try not to get into his business. But, everybody gets scammed before in their life. There's tons of different ones out there, not just the romantic kind of scams. There's IRS scams. There are insurance scams. There is GoFundMe scams. People even try to scam me for selling my PlayStation. They just like, hey, I'll send you money on your PayPal or this other thing. I can't remember what it is. But after I actually got one of them in my videos down below. One of them is just like, hey, dude, I got to spend $300 to make your account a business account. If I pay that, will you pay me back? And then they pretend like they did it, and they're like, man, give me give me the money. Come on. I did that. And they'll hammer you for days. And one guy is actually like, dude, I don't know. I need to make a video on that because I don't think I did. He'd be like, dude, if you don't give me $100, I'll kill you. I'll kill you, man. I'm just like, okay, when you gonna be here? I'll be there midnight. Okay. 1 o'clock rolls around. Where you at? Did you get lost? I'll be there in the morning. I'll be in the morning. I'll kill you. I'm just like, okay. But he don't realize that I have 3 guns right here next to me because someone did try to kill me a little bit a year ago. And I do, you probably see in the background here, I do have cameras at my house. So you're not going to get to me. Unless you can catch me sleeping. And good luck. As soon as you kick my door open, my dog's going to bark. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to grab a gun. But this is what you need, guys. You need security cameras and you don't need to be online to get scammed. No, you don't really need security cameras, but you don't need to be online to get scammed. Just, don't believe people's crap. You're a good person. I was a good person at one time until I got scammed by my friend's brother. He even scammed me. He told me that I could buy a car, that he really needed money to pay child support, and he ended up taking the car back because it had some damage that he was going to get the car lot to fix. And then they ended up giving him money back, and he owed me $3,000. I think it was $3,000, and he ended up giving me $1,000 one day, and then I think $500 another, or $1,000 another. But he ended up paying me like half, not the whole thing. And then when I asked about it, he's just like, "Oh, I don't got no money. I need the money." But he'll go out there and he'll get high. He'll be driving around. He'll buy his girlfriend things. But he's too sorry to pay me back. When I have always been a single dad. But this is the end of me complaining and talking about my scams. If you want to hear me talk about my own personal scams, I have some videos in my channel. Watch them, or I'll probably be talking about some of them in the next Scamfish videos. And thanks, Scamfish, for helping people out. I just wish you would be kind of like Catfish and actually show people who their scammers are, because that's what I want to see. Who's scamming these people? Come on. But good job, guys. Thanks.